Hey there, my followers, my dementia dare givers. I hope you like that name. Do you like that new name I came up with? Type in the comments if you want to be a dare giver instead of a caregiver, and hopefully by now you know what the difference is. Um, I want to talk about safety today, safety issues with people with dementia. This is something that I have struggled with in the past when I had my home care agency with families. I had a lot of conversations about safety because a lot of times people are still in the denial stages of how mom or dad is doing. Um, and if we're in denial about their dementia, then they could really have a lot of safety issues that we're not thinking about or we're not acknowledging because we don't know how to deal with it. We don't know what to do with it. We don't want that next level of care. So, but what we really don't want, and trust me, what we really don't want is regrets, right? Because we knew it and we should have taken care of it and we didn't. And then something very tragic happens and then the guilt, because that's what happens. We feel guilty that we didn't do something sooner. So if this video can prevent even one tragedy, I'm all for it. But we're going to talk about safety today, and there's so much more that we're going to cover today. But I have a lot of that in my book, Forget Me Not, and there's a lot of resources online for you. But grab a cup of coffee. I got my iced coffee here. It's not as good as the one I got in the store, though, because they had sugar-free vanilla. That was so good. And this is kind of plain. But grab a cup of coffee, glass of wine, shot of whiskey, whatever's your pleasure, iced tea, lemonade, and join me for a discussion about safety. So I am Debra Costu, your host, Answers About Alzheimer's, and I am a certified master dementia strategist. You can also become a certified master dementia strategist if you're interested. Just go to my website. The link is down below, answersaboutalz.org. Please subscribe. If you're just joining us for the first time, hey, we're so glad to have you here because, we're like a family here and we talk about our problems, we talk about our issues. It's a safe space, and you'll get the answers that you're looking for here in our group. And I'm so glad that you found us. And thank you guys so much for all your comments. I love it when you comment and you tell me that these techniques are working for you, that you're finding value, that you read the book and it's amazing. And I had this guy, Forrest, if you're out there, I don't know if you watch the YouTube videos, but I actually printed your email to me, and I have it right up there. And sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I read that and it warms my heart. So thank you for sending that email to me. You guys may not know this, but I read pretty much every single comment that's left, and I try to respond to every single one, unless it's mean or nasty, and then I kind of tell you to go. But anyway, anyway, I really, really love hearing from you guys, and I love it because when you thank me, you're actually encouraging me to keep on going. So it works both ways, right? I'm helping you out, and then you tell me that it's helping and it's working, and it helps me out because I'm like, oh, I gotta get out more stuff for you guys, for my dementia dare givers. So comment often. I really, really love it. Even if you just say hi, hi from Ireland. Oh, that was another one, Ireland. Anyway, so safety and dementia. Whoo, this is a tough one, especially, this is more for probably people who are still at home or living with their adult children, right? They're not necessarily in a memory care unit because they are usually in a locked unit and they're being taken care of. But there's two of the biggest ones are fires and medications. Fires are the number one problem for people with dementia. So they start fires, and they put something on the stove, they forget it's on the stove, or they have a robe on with these big sleeves and it catches fire. They don't realize that the towel or the hot pad is so close to the oven. So, fire is a very, very big problem with people with dementia. They don't any longer sometimes don't know how to use a fire extinguisher, how to get out of the house. They don't know what to do when a fire starts. Um, yeah. So fire is a big one. Um, the next one is medications. So a lot of people with dementia, when they start messing up their meds, um, they won't admit it. They don't want someone taking over their medications. Medications is like driving. It's a big hot button issue. So how I usually would handle this with some of my home care people, I would say something like, I totally understand that you want to maintain doing your own medications, and that's totally cool. However, medications is one of the biggest emergency room visits for for people in similar situations like yours. And it's one of the easiest things that we can fix. So just by changing that one little thing, you're going to really increase your chances of staying home and staying independent. How does that sound? And then they're usually like, oh, that sounds pretty good. So I know this is tough, but what if we just give it a try for like maybe 30 days? That's not very long, right? Maybe we could just give it a try. Hey, Dementia Caregivers. So this is just a few minutes of a little bonus footage. I didn't realize that my previous video was a little on the short side, so I'm going to do a little bonus for you. I'm going to talk about activities for a person with Alzheimer's dementia. And when we talk about activities, it's the first thing that is so important is that we make sure that the activity is not beyond their capabilities. And oftentimes that's tough because we, as the cognitively intact, sometimes I hear a lot of people say, oh, my mom isn't there yet, or oh, I think that wouldn't be appropriate for my person with dementia. But the truth is, we don't know until we try, because the realization is usually when they won't do an activity or they say no all the time is because they feel overwhelmed. And without us knowing exactly what's going on in their brain, we can't make that determination. So it's all about trial and error. And that's what a dare giver does. We try. We try, we try, we try. We see what works, what doesn't work. So you want to start with too simple. You don't want to start with too hard, because if you start with too hard, then what are you going to get the next time? No, 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 no. And what we need is yes, 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 yes. So the first thing that we need to do is make sure that the task is simple enough for them. And if you're going to do like a craft or a project or something like that, one of the biggest mistakes that we make is we put out all the tools and everything that we need. We get everything ready ahead of time because we plan, right? We want to make it easier. So we get everything out, we lay it out in order, and we get it all ready. And that's actually the opposite of what you want to do for someone with dementia, because when they see all those steps, they just shut down. They're like, oh, no way in hell is that happening. That's way too many steps. I cannot do that. I can't handle it. So you just put one or two things out at a time and you tackle that. Then you introduce the next step. So let's say you're going to cut out pieces of paper and glue them, or you're making a collage of old photos or something like that. You're going to get out one picture and one pair of scissors. That's it. No glue, no paper to put it on, no scrapbook, no nothing, right? Just one or two little things out there at one time. Now, there are activities that you need to do together, and there's also activities that you can have them do on their own. And oftentimes, activities are sometimes even more for us, the caregiver, because we need a break. We just need them to, like, oh my God, give me 10 minutes to myself, 5 minutes to myself. So the first thing that you want to do is, they always say no, right? So the first thing you want to do is, instead of ask them, hey, would you like to do this activity? Or, hey, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? Those are big no-nos. That comes, I have, oh my gosh, I have these really great compact courses on my website all about communication. I'm telling you, you need to take those. But anyway, it starts with the communication. So you don't want to start, hey, do you want to, or would you like to, or how about, no, 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 no. That's not going to work. They're going to say no every single time, right? You've seen that. So you want to start with something like, oh, I have this great idea. Hey, come with me. Or, oh, I want to show you something. Or, oh, I got something special just for you. Or, oh, you've been asking, so I brought with me. See the difference? See the difference? How I changed that around. All about communication. You will get completely different results. Completely different results. Trust me. In fact, try it. Comment below and let me know, because I'm telling you, it'll work. I guarantee you it's going to work. So, I have this on my website. I have a list of activities for every stage of dementia. That is a really great start. It's not, it's not everything. There's a bazillion things you could do with people with dementia, but, things that we kind of think as chores might actually be a good activity for them. So like washing dishes, even if they're not dirty. And also too, they might not do the best job. So you might want to give them clean dishes to start with. Feeding the birds, right? Gardening at the kitchen table, planning like an herb garden, packing and unpacking, packing and unpacking, packing and unpacking. Get a rummage box. Get a rummage box with little mementos in there, like a ribbon and maybe some holiday pins, those gaudy little holiday pins, costume jewelry, things that also too you're not going to be upset with if they get broken, right, or misplaced, because we all know that that's happening, right? Even just making funny faces. Let's see what kind of funny faces you can come up with. Like, just make funny faces and start laughing, right? Have some fun. We got to find the humor. Dance. Play music, their favorite music. Get that music going. Get them moving and dancing and stretching. And, that's always, always good. Match socks. Match ribbons. Match fabric swatches. People who sew. And a really important trick, too, is the more you know about the person with dementia, the more you can figure out activities that they would really be interested in, right? So, like if your person with dementia was a golfer, right? You could get golf balls and sort them by color or by the brand name. Or you could get golf tees, all different color golf tees, and sort them by color. And again, you might be thinking, oh, that's too simple. But let me tell you, simple is better. If it's too easy, you'll know. You'll know, and then you can adjust. But, and sometimes you have to get them started too, right? You can't just dump the golf tees and say, okay, put the blue ones over here and the red ones here and the white ones here. You have to actually show them. Like, pick one up and put it and move it over here. And then tell them, put these over here. And kind of help them get started and say, oh, that's great. Listen, could you maybe do this for the veterans down the street? I need some help with this project, and I'll come back in about 10 minutes and see how you're doing. Okay? I really could use your help on this project. See where I'm going with this? So they feel like it's an important task. It's something for the veterans, or it's for the church down the street, or it's for the elementary school kids, right? So they're helping. They're doing volunteer work. So there's literally tons of things in here. There's so many different things. Balloon volleyball, right? Blow up a balloon and just bat it back and forth. It's great exercise, eye-hand coordination. They feel included. So activities are all about feeling included. Our whole lives we've had activities. Everything around us is an activity. Every single thing that you do is an activity. Watching TV, reading, going for a walk, shaving your legs, taking a shower, getting dressed, activities can involve so many different things. They can be personal grooming, they can be social, they can be spiritual, they can be work related. So, these people have gone from very active lifestyles to all of a sudden not being able to initiate anything. So, help them out, initiate some activities. Head on over to the website answersaboutalz.org and pick up your effortless activities for people with dementia. Okay, that's it for me. I will see you next time. Subscribe, please comment. Tell me where you're listening from or watching from. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, guys.